Hello, my dear students. I welcome you all for the history of class 8, chapter number 2. New chapter we are going to start today, which will come in your UT examination. The name of the chapter is From Trade to Treasury. Let us start the chapter. Firstly, we'll discuss which topics are there in this chapter for the discussion. Introduction of the chapter. So in this chapter you will unravel your how the English East India Company EEIC, which came as a trading company, eventually became the supreme political power in India. इंग्लिश ईस्ट इंडिया कंपनी EIC आई थी ट्रेडिंग करने के लिए इंडिया में, बट वो सुप्रीम पॉलिटिकल पावर लीडिंग कंपनी बन चुकी थी इंडिया में. यू विल स्टडी हाउ दे कंसोलिडेटेड देयर रूल्स. इंग्लिश ईस्ट इंडिया कंपनी ने अपने रूल्स कैसे कंसोलिडेट किए, कैसे और ज्यादा स्ट्रॉन्ग किए. Let us discuss about the next topic in this chapter, which is mercantilism and the expansion of European trade. The origin of EEIC and its powers lays in the economic theory of mercantilism, popular in the European at that time. Mercantilism was very popular at that time. Let me tell you the meaning of mercantilism is simply trade or related to commerce. मतलब आप कह सकते हो ऐसी चीज जो कि ट्रेड और कॉमर्स में डील करे. According to this theory, the prosperity of the country depends on the capability to produce more than it consumes and export more than it imports in order to maintain a positive balance of trade. उस समय पे और आज भी इनफैक्ट ये माना जाता है, जो कंट्री खाने वालों से ज्यादा बनाती है, प्रोड्यूस करती है, प्रोडक्शन ज्यादा है कंजम्पशन से, तो उस कंट्री को बहुत ज्यादा अच्छा माना जाता है, उसकी प्रोस्पेरिटी अच्छी होती है, प्रॉस्परस कंट्री कहलाती है. और जिसके एक्सपोर्ट्स इंपोर्ट से ज्यादा होते हैं, उसकी बैलेंस ऑफ ट्रेड बड़ी अच्छी होती है. सो यू कैन से द बैलेंस ऑफ ट्रेड आप बड़ा अच्छा, एक एक्टिव इकोनॉमी बड़ी अच्छी मेंटेन रहेगी उस कंट्री की. सो ओवरसीज ट्रेड विच वाज ऑलमोस्ट होली कैरीड आउट बाय द सी रूट्स. उस समय पर सारा जो ट्रांजैक्शन होता था, जो ट्रेड होती थी बाहर की कंट्री से, वो मेनली सी रूट से होती थी. इन 1948 द पोर्चुगीज नेविगेटर एंड एक्सप्लोरर वास्को डी गामा डिस्कवर्ड अ रादर लॉन्ग सी रूट टू इंडिया फ्रॉम यूरोप. यूरोप से इंडिया आने का इन्होंने एक नया रूट डिस्कवर किया था, थोड़ा सा लंबा था ये रूट. द ट्रेडर्स हु चोज दिस रूट हैड टू सेल डाउन टू द कोस्ट ऑफ वेस्ट अफ्रीका, टू द टिप ऑफ साउथ अफ्रीका एंड देन सेल अप अगेन टू कैलिकट. कैलिकट इज नाउ नोन एज कोझिकोड, which is in Kerala. However, for the European traders, this route became necessary because ऑफ द एम्पायर. आप कह सकते हो इस्टेब्लिशमेंट बहुत ज़्यादा इस ट्रेडिंग सिस्टम में वो रूट बहुत ज़्यादा प्रेफर होने लगा. यूरोपियंस, पोर्चुगीज उस रूट से आने लगे और ट्रेड बहुत ज़्यादा बढ़ गया था उस टाइम पर. सो फर्स्ट यूरोपियंस टू एस्टैब्लिश their trading and administration center in India were the Portuguese. Portuguese were the first one to establish their trading systems in India. So now we will discuss about the topic which is in front of you, is European trading companies in India. The first one I told you earlier was the Portuguese. Next, which was followed by Dutch and French. So India, they came into the India for trading of spices and textile. Portuguese, Dutch, French, English, they came to India for trading, basically the trading for the spices and the textile. let us discuss about Portuguese first of all. The Portuguese was the first European traders to reach India. They landed to Calicut. Their important colonial settlements were in Goa and Daman and Diu. So at that time, the Portuguese who landed to India, their colonial settlements were basically in Goa and Daman and Diu. So Goa remained with the Portuguese till 1961, after which it became a part of India. गोवा उस 1961 तक पोर्चुगीज का पार्ट था और उसके बाद it became the part of India. Right? We'll read about the Dutch. By the early 17th century, the Dutch established their trading centers in Surat, Ahmedabad, Broch, Karikal, Pulicat, Balasore, and so on. So basically, Dutch was followed by Portuguese, and they came here and settled to establish their trading centers in the following cities I told you. Let us read about the French. The French East India Company, established in 1664, sought to expand their base in India. जब से इंग्लिश ईस्ट इंडिया कंपनी आई थी, उसके बाद से फ्रेंच ईस्ट इंडिया कंपनी ने ये डिसाइड करा था, उसको ऑब्जर्व किया था कि उसको अपना जो बेस है वो एक्सपैंड करना है इंडिया में. सो इट पोज टू चैलेंज EEIC. उसने चैलेंज एक चैलेंज दिया EEIC को. सो लेट अस डिस्कस about the EEIC early years. The EEIC set up its first trading post in Surat in 1609. In 1615, Sir Thomas Roe arrived in India as the English ambassador to the court of Jahangir. He stayed there till 1619 and received a royal farman, which allowed the EEIC to set up more factories. Thus, apart from Surat, the English established factories and bases at many other places, and that places were Western Indian Broch, modern day Bharuch and Ahmedabad. South India, Masulipatnam. Eastern India, Balasore. Orissa, now Odisha, and Hooghly, Bengal. So these were the places where the factories were established at that time. Now coming on to the next point, Bombay, a group of island, was under the control of Portuguese. In May 1661, when the British Prince Charles II married to the Portuguese Princess Catherine of Braganza, he got Bombay as Catherine's dowry from her father. कैथरीन की जब मैरिज हुई थी चार्ल्स सेकंड से, सो कैथरीन के फादर ने एक दहेज के रूप में उन्हें बॉम्बे दे दिया था पूरा. So, King John IV of Portugal, subsequently, the island of Bombay were given to EEIC on lease. Okay, let us discuss about the struggle for power. The establishment of trading companies by various European powers in India resulted in fierce competition and rivalry. Establishment of trading companies, मतलब उस दौर में, उस दशक में बहुत ज़्यादा ट्रेडिंग कंपनीज इंडिया में सेटल हो रही थी. सो उन ट्रेडिंग कंपनी के सेटल होने से कंपटीशन बहुत ज़्यादा इंक्रीज हो रहा था. सो all of them wanted to earn maximum profit and to attain a monopoly over trade. However, this was possible only when they were able to, the first point is, eliminate other rival companies. अगर वो अपने rival companies को हटा दें अपने सामने से, तभी वो कंपनी एस्टैब्लिश कर सकती है. The next point, they should have the control over the political power of the countries which with which they had trade relations. जिस political party के साथ उनके trade relations थे, उस political party के साथ उनको ऐसे indulge होना चाहिए था जिससे कि वो अपना establishment कर पाएं. Right? So I'll be telling you the next point in the further videos. I hope you have understand the topic. I'll be back with the second part of the video. Thank you for watching.